What's up, everyone? Welcome to Power Play with CJ. Today we're focusing on the Buffalo Sabres. And if you've been reading my pieces on Rand Sports, I've been writing on McDavid and Eichel a lot. Definitely check those pieces out. But somebody asked me at Buffalo. I got them on the short list of teams that could be, in the mix for those two. But bottom line is, this team's better than it gets credit for. I mean, this is my half-assed Buffalo Sabres preview, I guess you want to call it. Exactly that, half-assed Buffalo Sabres preview. But I'm telling you, I don't think this team is going to suck that bad. I don't. I think they're going to be more middle of the pack. There's going to be improvements. Reinhardt was a hell of a investment with the second overall pick. Good kid. You saw my thing. I tried talking to him. Buffalo fans are crazy for him. A lot of people are inviting him to go to Bills games, which means they might have to go to Toronto. Kidding, but seriously. And going a step further, I mean, I think they bestowed a massive contract extension on Tyler Ennis. He has to be better, right? Just having Gergensons, I think, will improve upon and widen his game. I think he's going to be, a very, very good two-way forward. I'm just talking about right now the younger players right here. I mean, they're not bad. I mean, they're not a playoff team. I'm not going to go that far, but I don't think they're going to have the number one pick next year. I mean, obviously, you bring Matt Wilson back in. They must think, he's going to help them. I think he will help them. I think they got some good young legs with McCabe on the back end. Eventually, Tyler Myers will get it back, right? I mean, at some point, he almost has to. We'll see what happens with him. Massaros isn't a bad player on the back end. He's not a star. He's not that great, but he's not god-awfully atrocious. He definitely makes you a little bit better. The 3, 4, 5, the 3 or 4 defenseman spot. So, I like this team. I think they're trending upward. Goaltending is still a massive question mark between Enroth, Hackett, and Neuver, but I think out of one of them, someone can step up and be a number one. I mean, maybe I'm being naive with this, but that's just the way I look at it with those three. I mean, obviously, hope springs eternal when it's August and training camp's a month away, but I think they're going to be a good team. And every other year, Chris Stewart pots in 25. Maybe he pots in 35 this year. Again, I don't think they're a playoff team, but I think they made enough improvements where they're not in the cellar of the NHL, where they're a legitimate contender and have a chance to, or not a legitimate contender, but give fans hope. I think is the best way to say it. I don't know if I said contender. They're not they're better than they were. Which when you start at the bottom, to quote Drizzy, started at the bottom, now we're here. We're at the middle of the pack in the Eastern Conference, and that's not bad. You really got to take steps forward. And, again, I think they're younger players. Mikhail Grigorenko, I think will bounce back strong for them. Even send him to the AHL wouldn't be the worst. Zadorov, we'll see where he is, but I think Ristolainen will be good to go. I like Ristolainen's game. I've liked his game for a long time. I think he's going to improve that blue line, even at 19 years old. I mean, you've really seen some of the things he can do. And just the way he plays the game, and he's really a heady defenseman. Their young players will definitely be the bread and butter of this team. But at the same time, the veterans are there. Good mix of players. I wish I had Ted Nolan's job because I could have fun putting this roster together on a night-to-night out basis. And going back to the playoffs, and they play in a very, very tough division. You got the Bruins, you got Montreal, you got Tampa, you got another young team in Florida, Ottawa, and, Toronto. But, I think that they have a very bright future. And, it's not going to come overnight, but you'll definitely see signs of improvement next year, which for a Sabres fan base that's been suffering for a while, that's definitely a good thing. I mean, they were in the playoffs 3 years ago when they started the rebuild, and, it's not an overnight thing. Just click a button and you automatically have, a team that can compete for the Stanley Cup. They have amazing prospects. For my money, the best prospect pool in hockey. And, I think Sam Reiner will definitely challenge for the Calder Trophy. And, we'll see what happens with the rest of the supporting cast. But my MO on the Buffalo Sabres, better team, not playoff team, but better than a lot, or almost all hockey pundits give them the credit for. We'll see what happens with that goaltending question. That's going to be something to watch going forward. Anyway, that's what comes episode of the Power Play with CJ on the Buffalo Sabres 2014-2015 season. Stay tuned for episodes throughout the offseason and beyond. Later, guys.